What's up guys, my name is Jellycook5 and welcome back to an episode of the FC25 Tenerife Career Mode where you join me in the final episode of this particular season. Before we do get into the video, if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Completely free to do so and it helps me out a bunch and I really do appreciate all your support, and it'll even be better if we can get a few more of you on board to watch this particular series that we've currently got going on. And we start off today in this episode in a simulation game against Celta Vigo with a 2-2 draw. Cruz and Dylan Pereira on the score sheet there, as you can see. With a straight away we go into another simulation against Deportivo Alves with a 2-0 victory thanks to the efforts of Cruz once again and Yanis Senhaji. So a draw and a win to be able to start off the season. Not too bad in that particular way, but we've still got a fair bit to do. We're kind of challenging for Europa League in a sense, as well as Champions League. I'm pretty sure, if I'm right in saying, from the Copa de Espana we are guaranteed Europa League football, but I'm not too sure if that would be the case. It's going to be really interesting to see if that would be the case, but we will do our job as normal. Yanis and Hadji made comment saying the chances he's been given has been really thankful, and hopefully we can see a little bit more from him, because we've seen parts of it in the season where I feel like he's been performing pretty well, and then there's been other parts of the season where I feel like he's just lacked a little bit in terms of being able to kind of score in front of goal and so on. But we'll definitely kind of get him in the team as much as we possibly can, but it's very hard due to the efforts of Geraldo Becker. But we start off our first game that we're actually playing against Real Sociedad, a team that's not really doing that well this season, and it's very strange to say that because they've had some big players over the years and they've normally been able to rake in some decent results. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened to them this season, so we'll see if we can be able to capitalise on that and try and get 3 points here away from home. But with that being said, it's not going to be easy at the same time. Malagon in goal, back four of Melo, Palacios, Spiliers on Rodriguez, midfield of Guerrero, Ruiz, Rig and Adrian Lisa on the right hand side this time, with Pereira just ahead and Geraldo Becker as the lone striker. Going to be interesting to see what will happen with a few changed faces in the squad, but we will get things underway there with Real Sociedad on the kickoff. I'm going to be interested to see what we're going to do in this game, in fairness, because we have made a few changes, but at the same time we have got some experience behind us, so let's see what we can do and hopefully we can get a result. Hoping for a quick start in this particular fixture as we play it around in the middle. Adrian Liso picking it out on the right hand side, finding his teammate Dylan Pereira. Bearing in mind Geraldo Becker facing his former side there as he finds himself in on goal. It's a great opportunity, but the post denies him on that particular occasion there, with Sociedad clearing their lines. Very close moment for ourselves to get ahead, but not to be on that occasion as Real Sociedad fancy their chances going forward there as Kubo picks it out on the right hand side. He skips into the left as he drags himself forward, finding his teammate. He tries to go back to him, but he finds another teammates, and they've hit the post themselves now. Two moments in this game where both sides have hit the woodwork, not to be on that particular occasion, as Real Sociedad find themselves a bit of momentum in this game now, striding forward. Tries to get a ball on the left hand side as David Rodriguez can't seem to capitulate. He does capitulate and just can't seem to capitalise on that moment, but we do concede a corner. For a chance from the corner then, great start for Sociedad compared to ourselves. I know we've hit the post, but they seem very faster in the attack. They play it short from the corner there, as you can see, but a good interception from Guerrero as he tries to play it out of the India box there. Can't really seem to do so, and now we still remain out of possession, but a solid challenge from Marcel Ruiz. Not many people in support as he drags himself to the left hand side. Moment to be made there, as you can see, as a tackle was made into it, so goes for a throw in, and then we continue on from that point onwards. Guerrero on the ball now. Can he get himself into the game there as he gets given a chance in this tie? Jeremy Mello running down the left hand side, using his pace there to skip inside, and he does really well at the same time. He finds Geraldo Becker, he turns his man. It's a great chance. It's going to be Pereira, and it's also going to be Real Sociedad 0, Tenerife 1. Dylan Pereira getting on the score sheet there as he gets a chance in this particular game. Haven't really played too many Liga games as much as he has features and a fair amount of substitutions, as well as Copa de Espana fixtures. He's a good player to have in the squad, and he's definitely displaying it on this particular occasion there. Great run from Melo, ball in from Becker, and a lovely finish in off the post to make him side 1-0 up. Really, really good finish, and happy with that one as Sociedad seem to to have started brighter out of the two as they get themselves kicked off for another time in this fixture, finding out on the left-hand side there. David Rodriguez cut out once again there, as you can see, as a ball played into his teammate, and he does really well, but not as well as what he needed to, as Malagon makes a top save, putting it out for a corner kick. Chance from the corner whipped in there. No one latches onto it there, but a kind of loose ball, and luckily for us, Malagon makes a big save. It's been a real hard half for us, as much as we are 1-0 up, but Chris Rigg with a good interception there, looks to find his teammate on the left being Guerrero. Becker making a run at the same time, and Guerrero sees that as Becker nods it back down to Guerrero. Good play so far. Ball into the middle. Marcel Ruiz now finding Geraldo Becker. He picks it out with a lovely bit of spot there as he runs into the gap, and he does what he does best, and that's fine. The back of the net. It's Sociedad 0, Tenerife 2, and we find ourselves with a 2-goal advantage. Second best in this game, but we're finding ourselves on top. Somehow, I'm not too sure, but it seems to be that we've come out on top, and a lovely finish against his former side there. Wasn't too sure whether to celebrate, but a mild celebration against his former side, but he does put his side ahead of 2-0 there, as you can see. Really happy with that. As much as we haven't really performed as well, seems to be that we're still getting amongst the goals there, as you can see. Now, Real Sociedad trying to get something going in the second half, but David Rodriguez on the right hand side making a good interception there. Played into the middle. Spilliers over to Liso. He hasn't had too much involvement in this game. Can he get himself involved there? Liso bursting down the right, and you don't really see this much from him, but a great run made by Liso. He finds himself with a great opportunity into the box, but Becker cannot convert there. Great bit of running from Liso, but not to be on that particular occasion. So we make some substitutions there. Dyer coming onto the field for Chris Rigg. Now we're changing it up in terms of our attacking wise also. We're trying to see if we can just get some fresh legs on, in fairness, because it's gone a bit stale out there. So Moreno coming on for Guerrero on the left hand side, and that is 2 subs made. Not long left in this tie. Real Sociedad will be feeling hard done by, in fairness, because they've definitely performed better in the first. Haven't really displayed that in the second, but still some time left to be able to cause an upset here. As you can see, Ruiz now on the ball finding Moreno. Can he do something in this game there as Moreno bursts down the left? We know he's got pace. Can he use it to his advantage? Ball into the area. It's Becker. He tries to get the shot off. Does. Now blocks. Still remains in possession. Ball whipped in. It's Moreno. He takes a touch, and that is a pretty good effort, but not to be converted on that occasion. And we still are 2-0 up. 5 minutes left to go. Real Sociedad looking for a consolation to make it a last edgy few minutes there, as now you can see on the left hand side they're charging forward. Into the middle it goes there. Many options, one of them being Mamandanovic. Lovely ball in, and it's a great save from Malagon at the same time, and it goes out for a corner kick. Chance from the corner potentially there as a ball is whipped into the area. Deep delivery, tries to clear it, and we do. Palacio with the header out as it goes back to the Sociedad defenders there as they look to get it straight back into the area, and they do well by doing so. Cubo's found him in a great position. It's going to be a chance for Cubo. He finds his teammate, and the Mecha finds the back of the net. Only 2 minutes left to spare in this game, but they have found themselves the back of the net for the first time in this particular fixture. Not too sure if that will mean anything for them in this tie, but they have got themselves a consolation goal, and it is now 2-1 in this game. Just seeing out the final few minutes, in fairness, because we know there's not long left in this tie. Just need to make sure that we keep the ball and we don't cause any kind of problems for ourselves. But Moreno runs it out of play on the left hand side. Not good enough from himself there. Sociedad might feel like they've got one final attack in this as they remain in possession. Gomez now onto Mamandanovic. This is a great bit of play here. Cubo moving forward very quickly, and they've definitely got one more chance. If it's going to be the equaliser, and a point would be secured. It's Nemecha! Malagon with a top save. David Rodriguez now looks to clear it, but the referee has seen enough, and the referee has blown the full-time whistle. That was an edgy last few minutes, it has to be said. Made mountains out of molehills in that particular occasion, but we have got the victory nevertheless. It is Tenerife that take the win. It's Real Sociedad 1, Tenerife 2, and we come away victorious in the end. An edgy last few minutes, that's for sure, and the Metro will be kicking himself. But luckily, we've taken our chances in this moment thanks to the efforts of Dylan Pereira and Geraldo Becker. Really good stuff. But this is the table. Now, I mentioned we're still in the running for Champions League football, which we are. 69 points on the clock as of the moment. So we're 4 points behind Villarreal and Atletico. Atletico taking the last Champions League spot. I'm pretty sure we are guaranteed a Europa League spot, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. So I'm just going to try and do my best to finish at the highest we possibly can and see what happens next season in terms of the European spots. Second game that we play of the episode now faces Villarreal away from home, a team that is currently placed 5th in the league, so it's going to be 5th versus 6th. Looking forward to this game, but feel very confident knowing that we played a good game against Real Sociedad. There was a few things that we just need to mop up on and being able to kind of go forward from there. Villarreal have been doing pretty well this season. They didn't really start that way, but they've seemed to be able to end that in some sort of European spot themselves. But this is the lineup for themselves there, as you can see. They've got a pretty decent squad, but let's focus on ourselves. Malagon in goal, back four of Medrano, Kouassi, Vasquez and Bikic, midfield of Guerrero, Cameron, Diarra and Cruz, just ahead Alvarez, and then up front Yenis Senhaji. Bit of a change in this lineup, not the strongest side that we've ever played, but not the weakest at the same time. Bit of experience once again, and a few youngsters in the way to be able to kind of work on the fitness and everything that we've got surrounding the club at this moment in time. Villarreal look to get themselves kicked off here as Jan Foyth picks it out on the right hand side. The ex-Tottenham man there playing it around the back, finding Tioli, looking to put it onto the middle, and now Pepe, the former man of Arsenal, interesting to see himself still sticking it out at Villarreal at this moment in time. Danjuma with an effort. A few Premier League players in this squad, which is interesting to see. Obviously Danjuma had decent loan spells at Everton and Tottenham, but yeah, a decent side that we're playing nevertheless as Pepe picks it out on the right hand side, finding his teammate there. Good pass from Pepe, has to be said. Now on to Danjuma. He's got a lovely chance and Pepe's got a chance, and that's a top save from Malagon, I have to say, putting it out for a corner kick. He's very happy with that one. I'm not surprised whatsoever because that was a top save from the Mexican in goal there. Corner kick to be taken as they play it short from the corner. Great idea at the same time because they found themselves with a really good idea, and now Terrats plays it onto Danjuma and he finds the back of the net. Villarreal open up the scoring then. Villarreal 1, Tenerife 0. It's been a decent start from Villarreal so far, and we haven't really had any chance to really take, let alone actually take our chances. It's been a bit of a slow start, but it was expected to some degree with how quick Villarreal started. It's been really hard for ourselves to get into the game in fairness, but we're going to be looking to bounce back, that's for sure. 14 minutes into the game then Jan Foyth picks it out on the right hand side, finding Nicolas Pepe now onto his teammate as he finds Danjuma. Great passing so far from Villarreal, and they've done really well in this moment in fairness. Now picking it up, Perez on the prying it out to the right hand side potentially, but he goes to Danjuma, now to Pepe. Great opportunity, and it's a decent save from Malagon as Mikic looks to mop up and clear his lines, and that is the end of that particular attack. Still yet to create any chances and still coming under attack of their chances. It's been really hard to get this game underway in fairness because we haven't really started in any great fashion whatsoever. Trying to do some defending here as Cruz picks the ball up, finding Diarra in the middle. Diarra striding forward, then finding Guerrero on the left hand side. Opportunity to stride forward, finding his teammate Yenis and Hadji. Options on the right, but he favours Guerrero instead and he plays him in. It's a great ball to Guerrero. He's got a chance here, but the keeper denies him the first chance of the game, falling to Guerrero for Tenerife, but not to be as we still remain in play. Diarra now picks it up there. It's a great chance, but it's fumbling against the hoarding there. Great chances for ourselves to get themselves back into the game, but wasn't to be on this particular occasion as we still continue on 27 minutes into the game. A little bit of confidence injected in the side knowing that we've created a chance. It's whether now we can go ahead and take one. Villarreal playing it about in the middle there as Terrats picks it out in the middle, finding Guay looking for an opportunity to fetch it onto the left as Hartman picks it up, finding Danjuma. Great passing now onto Perez, but Vasquez with a good interception, finding his teammate Carlos Alvarez. Alvarez doing what he does best, and that's getting past defenders in a strong fashion as he finds his teammate. It's Yanis Senhaji. He gets his goal. It's Villarreal 1, Tenerife 1. Yanis Senhaji getting on the score sheet there thanks to the efforts of Carlos Alvarez creating that bit of play. Really, really good attacking moment and hit them on the break, and that's definitely what was needed in this tie, and we find ourselves back in it. A great effort from Yanis Senhaji there, nailing it into the top corner. Lucky might have been going over at one point, but he's put it into the top corner nevertheless, and he can only say that he meant that particular one. So at least we're back into this game now. We're level 1-1. 37 minutes on the clock there. Hartman picks it out on the left hand side, finding his teammate Perez. Good interception from Mikic there as he strides forward, finding Diarra. Diarra now onto Rob Cameron. Cameron onto Senhaji, looking to go forward here as you can see. Alvarez on the right hand side, looking to stride in a bigger fashion. Alvarez picking it out to Yanis Senhaji, chips it over. It's a great ball, and it hits the woodwork on this occasion there, nailing the post. Unfortunately not to be on that one, but Senhaji was denied from the post for his second goal, but that was a great interception from Senhaji, trying to get it back in play maybe as Senhaji strides forward on the right hand side, putting it onto Alvarez on the edge of the area. Now onto Diarra. He takes the shot. It's a great shot and it's a great goal. Villarreal 1, Tenerife 2. We lead for the first time in this fixture 3 minutes before the half-time whistle to be blown, and Diarra celebrates in frantic fashion. What an effort that was from Diarra. I'm not too sure what happened in that moment where Senhaji hitting the post. He wins back possession. He finds his teammate Diarra, and what a hit in that is into the top corner. No stopping that one whatsoever, and we now are ahead for the first time, and this game is completely turned on its head. It's very strange to see because Villarreal started this game in such a great fashion, just haven't seemed to be able to carry that on into the end of the first half. Second half is now underway there, 51 minutes on the clock, looking to see if they can get another goal in this game to be able to level things as they look to stride forward. And it's a great attack to say the least as Danjuma picks it out on the left hand side. Mikic strong in the challenge there, and he follows it through with a right hand side option of Cruz, playing it over to Cruz. He skips past his man, finding Diarra. Great play there so far from Tenerife. Now Alvarez looking to find his rhythm as he looks to play it onto Yanis Senhaji, but he goes for himself there and he does really well in his own fashion, skipping past the defenders, finding Yanis Senhaji there, and that is a super save from the keeper, putting it out to the right hand side of the defenders, and Foyth gets it clear. Great start in the second half, but it seems to have mellowed out as we reach the 69th minute now. Villarreal yet to really create anything in the second half, with them looking to create an opportunity now as Jeremy Pino picks it out on the right hand side. Medrano with a strong challenge there, finding Kouassi. Now on back to Medrano as he looks to go down the left hand side, skipping past his man. He finds Guerrero. Good stuff from Medrano. Guerrero now over to Senhaji. This could look promising here as Senhaji gets past his man, out muscling him. He's 1-on-1 and Senhaji take a bow, son. It's Villarreal 1, Tenerife 3, and Yanis Senhaji gets his second goal of the game there as he stirs the pot. Really, really good stuff there from Yanis Senhaji, and I was really impressed by his strength and to be able to outmuscle the defender and get his goal. Very well deserved, but at the same time very well fought. Simple effort in the end with him 1-on-1 with the keeper, but he did very, very good to be able to get in that position. A lot of hard work, it has to be said, and he puts himself and his team in a great position, knowing we are now 3-1. Really, really good stuff. Villarreal getting themselves kicked off, and they kind of feel like now the game has slipped away from themselves, even starting the first half so strongly in the great fashion they did with the many chances. It hasn't really done themselves any favours because they haven't been able to follow it up, and they trail 3-1. Villarreal going to try and get themselves into this game. You can only think as Perez picks it out on the left-hand side, trying to get the ball into the middle as he holds it up really well. And it's a group ball, to be honest, but Kouassi winning the header, finding Alvarez. Over to Diarra, back to Alvarez it goes, switching it to the left-hand side of Guerrero. Many options are there, but Senhaji being one of them. Guerrero looks to overlap the play and create an option for himself there, and he does so. Senhaji finds him perfectly. It's Guerrero in here now, and Guerrero fancies his chances in goal, and he gets his goal. It's Villarreal 1, Tenerife 4, and he's definitely put the game to bed on this particular scenario. What an effort that is from Guerrero. Very rare to see him getting on the score sheet, but he has done in a great fashion there, and he opens it up to 4-1. A super stuff from Yanis Senhaji, finding the gap to find Guerrero. A lot of composure, nails it on his left foot into the bottom corner, and that is a super effort, it has to be said, past the Villarreal keeper, who hasn't had a good day, that's to be sure, conceding 4 goals at this moment in time there. Substitutions to be made as Cruz comes out for Herrera, Dyer on for his teammate Diarra. Then we're going to switch it up with Rod Cameron also leaving the field for Martin, with our final substitutions of Kouassi off for Leon, and we have to play Angel for the final few minutes. 11 minutes left on the clock, and the game is pretty much done and dusted, in fairness. We've done a great job in the second half to be able to get the goals that we did, and a good performance in the first half, even though we came under a lot of fire in the early 20 minutes or so. Villarreal will feel hard done by with this scoreline, because it's definitely not done them any justice. They might get a goal back here, but not to be, as it goes straight of Managon's goal, facing out in the end. There's only a couple of minutes left on the clock. Game's pretty much done, in fairness, but they might have one consolation goal in it. You never know. Pino striding forward, finding Guay there as he makes an interception from Martin. He looks to find Angel, tries to play him in for his final opportunity of the game, but not to be, as Villarreal might create the last chance of this game. Now being played in is Bonnie. It's a great opportunity. It's an even better goal, in fairness, and it's now Villarreal 2, Tenerife 4. It's a consolation goal at most, with +2 on the clock and still a 2-goal deficit, but it's a great finish nevertheless. The fans don't really seem that much excited by it, but I have to say, for a personal view, the finish by itself is a very good finish. Managon having no hope of that one as Bonnie puts it into the top corner. There's no stopping that one, but unfortunately it's a little bit meaningless in the end, as the full-time whistle has been blown. Villarreal 2, Tenerife 4. We come away with all 3 points after a great performance against a side that's challenging for Europe. Put ourselves in a good position with the goals that we scored, and we took our chances at the end of the day, and that's what mattered most in this tie. Didn't start the game at the best, but we took our chances and we did what we needed to do to be able to get ahead. Senhaji with 2 goals in the end, which was really nice to see, and a lot of other different players chipping in at the same time with Guerrero and Diarra. So really happy with the performances in the end, and it noted performances for Carlos Alvarez, who continues to impress with the Tenerife star, leading the season's assist chart in the Liga. 12 assists, 30 games played, average rating of 7.0, with contributing 9 goals. What a signing, what a man, and he can only get better from this point onwards. Here we are then, our final game of the season, looking to round things off on a decent high as we face Cadiz away from home, a side that we've just played in the Copa de Espana where we triumphed them in the end. A team that we've faced many times in a second division also, so it's going to be interesting to how this game plans out. Looking forward to this one, but at the same time know what to expect against a good side in Cadiz. But this is going to be the lineup. Malagon in goal, back four of Melo, Palacios, Spiliez and Rodriguez, midfield of Liso, Rig, Ruiz and Cruz. Midfield attacking is Alvarez and who else but Geraldo Becker as our lone striker. Very strong side to be able to face Cadiz in this moment with a decent bench at the same time. Looking forward to this game. Let's see what we can do and let's hope we can get the 3 points there. Becker gets himself started off as Alvarez puts it over to Adrian Liso on the left hand side. Great ball to Becker it seemed to be, but clearance from the Cadiz defence as Rig looks to mop it up. Lovely interception as Ruiz looks to stride forward. Rig gets fouled there in that moment as Liso picks the ball up. He mops it up well. He finds Becker and Becker finds the back of the net. It looked to be a deflection, but an early start and an early goal, meaning Tenerife 1, Cadiz 0. Geraldo Becker on the score sheet. The goal, the shot, shall we say, was heading on target, so it has been counted as Geraldo Becker goal, even if the Cadiz defenders had some help in hand in that moment. A great ball in from Adrian Liso to be able to cause a lot of pressure for the defenders in that moment in time. It's a decent shot from Becker, but it just cuts off the keeper, as you can see. It looks to go to the right hand side, but with the deflection, it shaves off to the left. Really unlucky, it has to be said. The keeper would definitely be saving that one, but unfortunately a deflection means we are a goal to nil. Then great start in this tie. 6 minutes on, Adrian Liso picks it out on the left hand side, finding Geraldo Becker. 1-2's being created there as Liso looks to stride forward. Many opportunities with Becker here, as you can see. It's a great chance and an even better clearance there as the goalkeeper intervenes on that moment in time and gets rid of that player. As Cadiz look to stride forward. Ramos on the ball for Cadiz there, as you can see, looking to be able to hold off the defence, but Palacio strong in the challenge. Can't seem to get the first pass off, but he looks to get the second off, but once again intercepted as Tinjaji picks it up. It's a great opportunity for Cadiz to create something here, as you can see. Spiliers can't get Simon there as he puts it back to Tinjaji. It's a great ball. It's Samuse, and he is a goal. It's Tenerife 1, Cadiz 1. Great moment from Cadiz there in that moment in time. Lovely bit of attacking play, and they've made the most of it, and they've got their goals. We are level in this tie. Very surprising to see because that came out of nowhere, but nevertheless, that's a very well taken goal, and they are now back in proceedings. Level sort of game now, and it seems to be every time we do face Cadiz, it seems to be a strong game between the two sides. But we look to start off the kick-off there with a great opportunity with Becker winning the header after a lovely ball floating into the box from Adrian Liso, and it does result in a corner. Ball whipped in from Cruz there as the keeper looks to collect nice and comfortably. Just try to see if we can kind of get it more inwards, and we don't really seem to score many goals from the corners, unfortunately. It never seems to be our forte in the game as the keeper looks to throw it out, but a great interception from Liso, and that could have gone really bad for the defenders there as he looked to get a shot off. Arthur now pulling it down to the right hand side for the goal scorer from Cadiz there. Now Ramos on the ball. Great opportunity to stride even further forward here as Tinjaji picks it up. They're hard to stop on the attack, to be honest. They're very good, it has to be said, as we look to be able to shut them down here. Palacio striding forward. He can't do so. It's Ramos now. Now back to Tinjaji. Over to his teammate Konami. Great interception, and Rig now puts it onto his teammate Carlos Alvarez as we look to hit them on the break. Opportunity to be created there as they look to mark Becker, but he runs into the gap. It's Alvarez. Surely he does it. And of course he does. It's Tenerife 2, Cadiz 1, and we are back in front in this tie thanks to the efforts of Carlos Alvarez. What an individual bit of brilliance there from Carlos Alvarez, with Chris Rigg with the individual interception originally. Really happy with that, and a lovely goal from Carlos Alvarez there, using his pace and hitting it on his left foot to put it into the corner, and he makes it 2-1 to his side there. Second half commences as Melo looks to charge down the left, but I'm not to be on this occasion there as Cadiz win it in a great position here. Ramos could do something as he finds a teammate Melendo, and it's Tinjaji, and it is 2-2. Fortunately, they've got themselves back into the game. It's surprising to see, but what a great bit of resistance from Cadiz to be able to get themselves back into the game. Real good Brazilians. I have to say, it's I don't even know why, but they just seem to fight back all the time. It's really good to see, in fairness, but at the same time, it makes for tough competition. 58 minutes into the game there, 2-2 as things stand, as Arthur picks it out on the right hand side. Adrian Liso with a good interception. This could stem from something as Liso tries to find Geraldo Becker, but again, interception from Custa. Then Becker with the interception flying in is Rigg now on the ball. Over to Ruiz. This could be good for Ruiz. He runs into the gap. He finds Carlos Alvarez first time and he hits it into the back of the net. Not missing them ones, that's for sure. It's Tenerife 3, Cadiz 2, and Alvarez fires his side back ahead for a second time in this fixture. 2 goals for Alvarez but 3 for Tenerife. Really, really good hit from Alvarez and a great bit of intercepting to find ourselves in that position. Alvarez didn't even insist on taking a touch. He fires it into the back of the net. A great finish nevertheless, and we are in front in this tie once again. 63 minutes on the clock, looking really comfortable, but at the same time we could be susceptible for a goal to be conceded. Cadiz picks it out on the left hand side. Simon looks to try and do something here as Melendo fires it over to Ramos. It's a great chance for Ramos, but a great interception from the midfield, or the defence, sorry, with Spiliers. I'm pretty sure they got into that one. Actually no, it's Palacio. Great interception for Palacio. This might stem an attack here as Carlos Alvarez picks it forward. He's got 2 goals on him. Can he get a third as he charges forward? It's a great position to do so, but the keeper denies him on that particular occasion, and the Cadiz defence get rid of that particular play. Really, really good effort, it has to be said. But the full-time whistle has been blown. Tenerife 3, Cadiz 2, in a game that offered great kind of back and forth sort of action in that moment. We finally came out on top and we got ourselves the victory. A big 3 points to end the season and a very good one at the same time. Carlos Alvarez with 2, Geraldo Becker with 1. Really, really happy with that, and unfortunately for themselves, they do lose out, and I'm pretty sure that sends them down. Looking at the whole season in itself, it's been a very successful one, and that results in this Champions Parade as we work around champions of the Copa de Espana, coming out 3-1 in the end against Cadiz. Just touching on that fact that Cadiz could potentially be relegated is a very strange factor to be covering, in fairness, because they've always given us a game when we've played them, but at the same time they've been in the Copa de Espana final, so you would not expect a team that's been able to achieve them sort of things kind of be in that sort of position, but it seems to be their league form that hasn't really been able to kind of, don't know, just not been good enough, I guess. I think there's no way of us saying it, just hasn't really been good enough compared to the other teams around them, and unfortunately they're going to have to give it another go next season. In total for ourselves, we do finish 6th in the end. 38 games played, 21 wins, 12 draws, 5 losses, sitting on 75 points, level with Atletico Madrid in 5th, and Villarreal we able to pit them on the post there with finishing top 4. Real Madrid in champions there, 5 points clear of Girona in the end after having an absolute top tip season, it has to be said. So in terms of Champions League, it's Real Madrid, Girona, Barcelona and Villarreal. Europa League for Atletico Madrid, but I'm pretty sure we should be able to get a Europa League spot instead of a Conference League spot, which will mean Osasuna will go into the Conference League spot, if I'm right in saying. Confirmation of what I was mentioning with Cadiz being sent down. Unfortunately, that has been the case for themselves. It's Espanyol, Deportivo Alavés and Cadiz all going down to the 2nd division of the Liga. Real Zaragoza managed to creep 1 point ahead of Cadiz, so unfortunately that loss against them sent them down. So I think if they were to have got a point, they would have stayed up, and Real Zaragoza would have been sent down. Very, very surprising to see, but one thing isn't surprising to see is our main man Geraldo Becker right at the top there, 2nd in the goals in the end compared to Kylian Mbappe's 31, Becker's 26. Not bad whatsoever, competing against the world's best striker. Looking at the goal scorers, Carlos Alvarez was able to mop in with 11 goals in 31 games. Not many other prolific players for ourselves, it has to be said. It's really annoying to say because we've kind of relied on a few players this season, and if without them it wouldn't be the same. But Carlos Alvarez once again in terms of assists as well, 12 assists in 31 games, had a stellar season and probably one of the best players that we had this season, with Marcelo Ruiz there with 9 in 23. I'm pretty sure that said, or 33, I might be wrong in saying. Diarra 5 in 26, nice to see in there, with Becker with 5 in 30 also, so interesting to see on that moment. And Malagon finishing 5th in the end with 6 clean sheets in 38 games, not too bad, could be better, but I guess that's to do with our defending at the same time, so not all bad in terms of the stats either. It seems to be a very successful season. Overall, looking at the players that we brung in, the players that we've got in the squad and so on, I feel like there's been a lot of improvement in terms of our defending. Palacio and Spiliers have been a great help in that centre-back role, and so has Jamie Vasquez. I feel like he stepped up a lot this season. Kwasi was a great involvement, and so is Mikic at the same time, really playing well. Melo looks to be retiring next season, as well as Angel. It's yet to be confirmed. With Rodriguez on that right hand side did really well. Moreno Guerrero, when they were called upon, was really decent. I thought Lisa had a better season, but didn't really finish it on the best terms, I felt. Dyer Martin didn't really have as much game time, but I thought when Dyer was called upon, I thought he was good. With the same being with Rigg and Ruiz, and I thought he was really good in that midfield. Attacking wise, I felt like we lacked on the wings, with Herrera not really mopping in as much as I would like. We've got the same would be with Cruz. Alvarez was absolutely top tip, and as well as Yanis Haji and Geraldo Becker. Becker getting the top goal scorers with 29 goals in 32 games, 5 assists there, as you can see, just below him, Alvarez 13 in 33. So there was a main goal scorer, it has to be said, and there was a main assister at the same time. But yeah, a lot of positives to take from the team that we've got at the moment. Hopefully, I'm looking forward to hopefully getting a big transfer budget to be able to kind of push on next season and kind of cement ourselves in a Champions League spot to then go for the title. I couldn't say that we're title runners next season by any means. If we've got European football also, we're going to have to expand the squad, but be careful on who we sell and who we buy. So it's going to be interesting next season, but I feel like it's going to be tougher than this season, I think, that's for sure, with different competitions that we're playing in. But looking forward to that nevertheless. It's going to be really, really exciting. The board are really happy with what's going on so far, and all is good in this particular season. A very successful season in the end. We managed to crop our trophy, so Copa de Espana, the first trophy as Tenerife manager, and we managed to finish in the top 6 of our first season of the Liga. But that is it for this video. You'll be joining me next when we make some new signings and we're able to kind of crack on with a new season. But that is it for now. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Please like and subscribe for more content, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you never miss a video. Cheers.